Welcome to your channel RayofHope, and we are moving towards our practical sessions and we are done with exercises, right? So today we're gonna go ahead and cover one of the really hacking, like 1 second. Yeah, we are going to cover SQL injection. We already talked about this SQL injection. It is the most basics to advanced attack. And it can go to P3, P2, P1 as well. It depends actually. Okay. First, even before we deep down into, let's understand what is SQL injection actually. So when we talk about SQL injection, right? SQL injection is a code or injection, right? In the malicious code technique that we use to attack data-driven application in which malicious statements are inserted into an interface for execution. Example, dump database context of the attacker. It is not something that, 1 second, let me open my note. Okay. It is not something that we are injecting on. We can inject this on every endpoint. It has several types, post method, get method, many more actually. SQL injection. Now, when we're talking about SQL, right, that this is SQL injection. But what is SQL? SQL is structured query language which is used to query data from a database. How exactly SQL works actually? SQL helps web application in communicating with the database software to retrieve or store data from or in a database. What is database? A database is the collection of data stored by a website in a particular format. This data could be all the application information like user information, messages, ports, comment, and etc. I mean, you just need to have the basic understanding that this is SQL injection, this is SQL, and this is database. Got it? Okay. So even before we go ahead, someone may ask you, hey, that you are trying to perform SQL injection on what port number? On what port number SQL server runs? SQL server runs actually. What is the port? Basically, when we talk about TCP, it runs on 1433. SQL server runs on 1433. But no, it do runs on 4022 as well as 135. But you should remember about this TCP 1433. If I ask you that on which UDP port SQL server runs. So when we talk about UDP port, it runs on 1434. Remember this. If we will ask this question in the interview actually, right? We are going to cover everything. Just stay tuned, right? Understand the concept and we'll have every certain about it. So now you must know that what is SQL injection, what is SQL, what is database, and what port number it runs. Let's go ahead. Okay. And we talk about there are number of types of SQL injection actually. Number of types. I'm not that aware about pain things. Okay, anyway. There are number of get and post. So there are basically two types of SQL injection. Again, it is not that we have only two types. We do have multiple types of database. Okay. Not only this, it depends on the basis of what? We have inbound and outbound SQL blind SQL injection, and we have one more second order on the SQL injection. So again, it depends actually how do we define actually, right? So now at this point of the time, just understand this, that there are 4 types of SQL injection in this. They may ask you that how many types of SQL injection are there, right? So even if you tell them that there are 4 types of injection like this, inbound, outbound, blind SQL, and second order, you are right. But if you tell them that no, there are 2 types of SQL injection, which is get method and post method. But even in get method and post method, there are subtype of it actually. So if I just show you like this, right? 1 second. Okay. So if I just do this, okay. So even in get and post method, we have union injection attack, we have error phase, or we call it double query as well. Okay, double query as well. Then we have blind boolean injection, and we have blind adding base. Okay, understand this. Understand this. It goes for this. It goes for this. It goes for this, and it goes for this, and get goes for this as well. Similar way, post go for union, post go for error, post go for blind, and post go for blind time base. That means each has 4 types, so it would become around 8 types of injection attack, SQL injection, right? 8 type of SQL injection attack. So understand this. If you tell this that there are 4 types of SQL injection, inbound, outbound, blind, and SQL are same, and if you say that there are this get method, post method, there are 2 types, and their subtype is union injection, error based, or double query based in SQL injection, or blind boolean, or blind time based. But there is one more injection attack that comes, which is blind injection attack. Again, when I talk about this, when I talk about this, actually, okay, get methods we usually perform on URLs, basically on URLs, URL, and post method we perform where? On forms, right? Understand the difference, right? Get method we perform on URL, and post method we perform on login pages, right? Now, when we talk about blind injection, or you can say we do call it like blind SQLi. We do call it blind SQL injection actually, right? So 1 second. So we do call it blind SQL injection, and we understand is the get be used to perform attack where on URLs, and post be used to for login forms, registration forms, or any other form that we have over the website, right? But blind injection, where do we perform? To bypass the login pages, right? Why do we do so? To bypass the login login by pass login page. Okay, so basically we use this actually to bypass the login pages, right? So this is what it is. Now we got to know the basic of SQL injection, how exactly this works actually, right? And we got the understanding about this. Okay, now let's go ahead and understand it practically, like how exactly this SQL injection works, right? Okay, let's suppose uh, see, every database, right? When we talk about every database has, has a table, right? Where there they store the user information that we just talk about, right? So suppose if a website has the database, this, and they are over here, they are storing user, and over here they are storing the password, right? Understand this actually, right? So suppose now this is the website login form, right? This is the website login form. Okay. Over here, this is username, this is password, and this is the hit. I'm pretty sure that after this, you would have no confusion with SQL. Login, user, password, log. So on a website, like this is the website, okay? This is our website. What we're trying to do? We are trying to log in, right? So over here, what happened? Once we put the user and password, what it will do? It will go to this database, verify the username. This response will also go to the database, verify the password. If both conditions satisfy the input, we would be able to log in. If not, it will throw an error, right? Understand it? But it is working. But what is the developer written code behind this? I mean, how a developer written the code behind this? So we can have just a moment. Yeah, I need to make it white. Okay, it should be visible now. Okay, so this is the response. But what is the developer code written behind it? How we know that if we are requesting this, then we are getting this response? And what is working behind this database? Let me show you. Now, basically, when we talk about, there are few things that we should remember. When we are learning SQL injection, you not need to be a master, right, of SQL. There are only few steps, few things actually that you should remember, which is select from where, group by, having, and order by. Like there are join and many more actually, you can talk about it. But if you know these few statements of SQL injection, you not need to be a SQL developer, right? You not need to be a SQL developer. So what is the developer written code behind this actually?
Me.
It would be like select star from login where user, browser, RayofHope, and password, browser, 1234. Understand this now. Over here, what we just type, select star from login, where user is equal to single quote, RayofHope, single quote, and password is equal to, actually it means to be single quote, not double quote, right? Single quote, 1, 2, 3. I mean, you can write anything. We will talk about this. So single quote, right? Do you know what does that this and means? It's an operator, right? That if both condition like user and password, if both condition are satisfying the input, then and only then you would be able to log in. If one of them is not satisfying the input, you would not be, it will throw an error, right? What we're trying to do, select star from where? From user, from the login table. This is the table, right? In this table, from where? From user, right? From select star from login, and from where? User, and then user, and in user it should be equal to RayofHope, and the password is equal to 1234, right? Okay, understand this now. Let me show you something. W3 school. This is one of the best places where you can learn about this. Okay, so try it yourself. Understand this now. How, what we are this selects star from customers, from like there is a customer table, actually customer database, right? Where country is equal to Spain and the customer like G, right? So when you scroll down, actually just a moment. Okay, you can see now there is one demo database that the W3 skill already created for us, which is customer, right? So over here, what we have one statement, select star from customer. That means this from this database. What? From this table. The country name should be Spain and the customer name should be this, right? And when we run this, we got this actually, right? That means in country Spain, there are two folks whose names start with G, right? But if we see over here, in this database, we have multiple things. We have city, we have postal code, country, contact name, customer names, and many more, right? So what if we go ahead and country is equal to Germany, and city is equal to Berlin. If I run this query, what happened? And city is equal to, okay, there should be space. Berlin, customers, where country is equal to, okay. I did not close that, right? Okay. You can see, right? We got this. We got the one output over here. But what if I say or we got this much, right? This much output. You now understand the difference, that like this is how the SQL is working. So over here, when we type this, let's start from login, where user is RayofHope and the password is 1234, right? So if the input satisfied both condition, only then it will allow you to log in, right? But what if there are, I mean, if I do this, hyphen, what will happen? Error satisfying. Basically, it is not executing. So it is commented out the second part of the code, right? But it is balancing the first part. Let me demonstrate you again. There's one website called Ultra Mutual. Okay. So over here, what we can do, okay, sign in. We have this. So we have made like we don't know if the password is there or not, right? So if we just put this admin login, be logged in, right? So if I just go ahead and sign in again using RayofHope, RayofHope, and RayofHope. No, we are not able to log in, right? What if I'm gonna put like this, like admin single quote hyphen. I can put like anything, 1, 2, 3 for anything. What happened? We are able to log in. So over here, what happened? Over here, this happened actually in developer written code. Select star from where? From login, where user is equal to admin hyphen and password is equal to anything. That doesn't mean. Okay. So what is happening over here? That this single quote is commenting out second part of the code. Okay. So now you must have got the blind injection, that how we can bypass the login pages, right? If not, then there are one extension which I would like to tell you, which is in okay. Basically, login.asp is extension that will give you the only login pages, right? Direct login pages where you can just redirect to, and over there you can perform this kind of attack to see if you're able to bypass it or not, right? Not specific to this, SQL injection has multiple vulnerabilities we will be covering. At this point of time, just understand the basic, that what exactly SQL injection is and how does that work, right? Thank you for watching.